Hi friends! Today I'm proud to present a recital program that's very near and dear to me called Women Take the Floor. This program features works for unaccompanied voice and the occasional percussive instrument, all written by female-identifying composers. The title of the program, Women Take the Floor, comes from an exhibition at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, which featured works by 20th century female painters. Curating this program in conjunction with the exhibition, I premiered the program at the MFA in 2019, and I've continued to develop the program in 2020. Before we dive in, I briefly want to talk about Georgia O'Keeffe. In the house I grew up, my mother hung several copies of paintings by O'Keeffe, as well as some landscapes and some Degas. I love O'Keeffe. Especially as a child, I stared with wonder at her larger-than-life depictions of flowers, light, bones, and landscapes. The close-ups of flowers may have played a hand in my developing queerdom, but overall, O'Keeffe's bold, larger-than-life works filled me with awe and encouraged me to view and imagine the world with that kind of boldness. This, coupled with my Colombian heritage, cue magical realism, shaped me into an extremely bright-eyed woman with strange intensity. So of course the MFA's exhibition, Women Take the Floor, caught my attention. As a female artist, curator, and audience member, female representation and the spirit of the female experience in art have been crucial to my overall development. In performing works by women, I feel more connected to my own womanhood. What I strive to curate and perform today is music that explores the female perspective and brings out this larger-than-life feeling that many of us experience, beautifully crafted by women who truly, truly take the floor. Lesley Mock's piece, In Case of Complete Reversal, was a part of my Tiny Works project, a collection of short works for solo voice which I commissioned and recorded during the pandemic. A talented and sensitive drummer, composer, and interdisciplinary artist, Lesley employs a tonality, microtonality, and delicate lyricism to bring light to the delectable text of American poet Kay Ryan. Ryan's poetry, often compared to that of Emily Dickinson and Marianne Moore, is compressed and rhythmically dense, and what sets her apart is her creative use of recombinant rhyme, a technique of stashing rhymes in the middle and at wrong ends of lines, earning her the status of one of the great living American poets.
Born into each seed is a small anti-seed, useful in case of complete reversal. Wasco, a tiny but powerful kit for adapting it to the unmanageable. If we could crack the fineness of the shell, we'd see the bundled minuses stacked as in a safe, ready for use if things don't go well. Bamba, 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 bamba.
It's quite difficult to create an unaccompanied work and have it feel complete, and yet composer-vocalist Judith Bingham has managed to do that and more with Cathedral of Trees. Upon first listen, I was struck by the song's inert beauty and depth of lyricism, which brings a sense of longing for the text it sets. Among soaring lines are contrasting textures and articulations which paint words like fire and dragon tongues with frightening ferocity. All in all, I admire most of all the way Bingham inverts melodic passages which add double meaning and shifts in perspective to David Lyon's poem, which describes one's desire and struggle to bring peace to a friend.
Floating for our bed. If thoughts were flowers and words could heal our pain, and on the tops of the hills I would gather wood in piles. I would gather wood in piles. I would set a ring of fires, a ring of fires, a ring of fires of fires. If thought could, to destroy the frost of winter, to destroy the frost of winter, to destroy the frost of winter, and siege the storm clouds, to destroy the frost of winter, and siege their dragons, to destroy the frost of winter, and siege with their
Chaya Czernowin's Adiantum Capillus-Veneris 1 takes us through a completely different relationship with landscape. The composition uses no words, and Czernowin captures the essence of this piece in her performance directions, which read that the voice and the breath play an equal role in executing the musical text, as the breath is, at times, independent from the voice and equal to it in an almost contrapuntal relationship. This is not an expressive piece in the more standard way in which a singer employs all of his personality in an attempt to express emotions or other expressions of the self. It is rather almost a sketch using the voice and the breath like a small brush painting a line. Even though it is only a line made out of water, breath, with some color, voice, this line is actually transmitting a whole landscape. The contrast between voice and breath can sometimes be jarring, as if going back and forth from grayscale to full color, and it can induce an almost synesthetic experience. Rebecca Saunders' O for solo soprano is a setting of "Yes, I said yes, I will yes," the final soliloquy from James Joyce's novel Ulysses. This monologue is spoken by Molly Bloom, the wife of the novel's main character, Leopold Bloom. She reminisces about their first meeting and about when she knew she was in love with him. Because Miss Saunders' setting of these words is intentionally incoherent, I want to read these final words of the monologue, which are also the very last words of the book. I was a flower of the mountain, yes, when I put the rose in my hair like the Andalusian girls used, or shall I wear a red, yes, and how he kissed me under the Moorish wall, and I thought well him as another, and then I asked him with my eyes to ask again, yes, and then he asked me would I, yes, to say yes, my mountain flower, and first I put my arms around him, yes, and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts all perfume, yes, and his heart was going like mad, and yes, I said yes, I will, yes. Deep down, deep down, and how he kissed, kissed me. And I asked him with my eyes. Oh, yes.
Yes, yes, See? Crimson, sometimes like yes, I meant going like at his highest, and then he's in there like that. He goes so why don't no way with Cast on the yes in the boy the yes, but yes, like yes, and then there was ice. And deep down.
I commissioned Tiange Zhou to write a work for me as a part of an ongoing commissioning project of mine to create works which challenge the use of linguistics in the performing voice. I have performed Tiange's works since our studies together at Manhattan School of Music, and I'm so happy that we have remained great friends and collaborators since. I asked Tiange to write the final part of these program notes about her work. In ancient Chinese, si was a modal particle for expressing emotion and sigh, while in modern Chinese, it sounds familiar to the word death, si. Therefore, I composed the work si for lamenting the significant people in our lives who pass away. However, besides writing an elegy, in this piece I aim to talk to death and express the complex reality after one passes away. Instead of repressing our inner feelings and pretending everything is fine, being real to the soul might be our highest respect we shall express. During the piece, the singing voice and the percussion sound are in unity with duality characters, with dialogues of life and death and fusions. For example, the singer could represent the life who talks to death, but also represent the death who wants to express through life's embodiment. The theatrical scenarios will shift between the real world and the imagination. The lyrics adopt text from the ancient shamanism ceremony from 2,000 years ago with the integration of contemporary vocal performance tradition.
dark, ugly truth.
Katherine Balch, a young and extremely accomplished composer, captures the magic of everyday sounds, inviting audiences into a sonic world characterized by imagination, discovery, and stylistic variety. Often inspired by literature, nature, and science, she has been described by the San Francisco Chronicle as some kind of musical Thomas Edison. You can just hear her tinkering around in her workshop, putting together new sounds and textural ideas. These Intervals Matter sets a text that is derived from a blackout poetry exercise of E.M. Forrester's 1938 essay, What I Believe. The original essay emphasizes and supports humanism, the value and agency of human beings individually and collectively. Katie gorgeously pairs the excerpts of the essay, sung in gossamer straight tone, with tuned wine glasses and gravel sounds, all played by the singer.